Today what we're going to be covering is some of the things that you are going to need to set up if you're looking at starting a successful blog. So we're going to go through some of the components, how to set up the structure of a blog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into one of my blogs right now, and I'm going to show you some of the features that you will need for setting up your blog. So we're going to go to this and open it up.
Hey folks.
So here we have, first of all, I wanted to start with, there's a number of companies out there that you can choose themes from, and I'm sure that most of them are updated now, but one of the things that you want to start with is choosing a mobile responsive theme, because one of the things that's growing more and more and more every year is the number of people with smartphones as they're traveling around, and especially in third world countries. So you're going to need to have a mobile responsive theme so that it's going to render correctly when people bring it up on their smartphones. And although as I was mentioning, most themes have it, you want to make sure that that's one of the things that you have as far as your blog is concerned, and that will help to fix that problem. And the other thing too is now Google has changed its algorithms to make sure that if you have a mobile responsive theme, then you have a better chance of being ranking for some of your blog posts. And if you don't have mobile responsive, which is, I believe, it's down to about 30 to 35% of all sites don't have it right now, you will have an extremely difficult time, if not impossible, of getting your blog ranked. And besides that, if people are looking at it, it won't render properly and nobody will read it anyway. So you definitely want to look at that. So as far as the theme is concerned, you want to be, the first thing that you really want to know is, what is the purpose of your blog? What do you want to accomplish? Is it a place for people to come to get the good information from you? Is it for selling? Is it for educating? Is it for training? You have to decide what is the real purpose of your blog, so that when you set it up, that theme is going to be attractive to people in that sense. And the other thing is, don't clutter up your blog. Don't put too much stuff on it, because if people, because of their attention span now being just a few seconds, when somebody clicks on it and they land on your blog, if they're confused or if it looks like it's too busy, then you're going to lose them, and then they click off and they don't come back. And that's not what you want to have happen, because one of the criteria for the algorithms for getting blogs ranked is what they call bounce rate. And bounce rate means that when someone lands on your site, how quickly if they just clicked off it, then that means that your bounce rate is going to be high. And this is something that you can get access in your free Google account. You can actually attach Google Analytics to your website, and it'll actually give you those parameters to know when people are coming there. So if you definitely want to make sure that you can find ways to reduce your bounce rate, not increase it. So if you see on the front page, I'm branding myself, and this is one of the things that we recommend and teach to a lot of marketers today, is to brand yourself, because depending on the business or opportunity that you're in, you want to be thinking, well, who's doing all the work and who's putting in all the effort? Well, it's you. And also, if you are, say, in a network marketing business or another business that's providing you with what is known as a replicating site. Replicating sites are generated by the company, and those will not get any ranking because they all have the same prefix and a lot of the same content, so you're going to be really challenged to have your blog get any ranking out of that. So you want to select either a WordPress or other type of blog that you can actually, like, you can brand yourself with. So if you put your picture and create like a gravatar that's going to be uniform on all of your social media, on your blog, because you want to have that continuous branding, so wherever you go. And then what will end up happening is once you start to get your name out there, you'll be going to places and people will walk up to you and say, well, I already know who you are, because you've got the same picture everywhere that is on your social media, it's on your blog, it's everywhere. So keep it simple, keep the banner nice and clean, and like I said, don't put too much in there. And then what you want to do is you want to set up your navigation bar here, so that you're going to be putting your categories in, and your categories are related to what your blog is going to be about. You will have to define that to Google, like into your blog, and when you set it up, then you're going to put categories that are fitting for exactly what you're about, so that people clearly understand that if they land on your blog, they're in the right place, because that's very, very important. Now, if you notice, I have a video on the front page, which is, this is just a miniature introduction of me. So this gives me a chance to enhance my branding to people. And this particular video is about getting more traffic, leads, and conversions. And the reason for this is because it's directly related. If you look over here, the 11 proven steps, this banner here, where people are going to click on, and then they're going to enter their name and email address. Because what's very important is using your blog to build a list. And one of the easiest ways to do that is have a little video about yourself that's talking about a particular pain or a problem in the area, that a niche that you've chosen, and you're going to give people what is called a lead magnet. Now that 11 proven steps is a lead magnet, which is basically, it's a free giveaway. It's a PDF, it's a white paper, it could be a video training, whatever you want to put together, but you want to have something that is going to help the people that you're trying to attract to you, to your business, to your coaching, your training, your opportunity, whatever it is that you're involved with. So that means that you're going to provide value to people in order to get their name and email. And the more value you give, the easier it is to get not only their email address but their name. And as I mentioned in the email training, that's going to increase your open rate, because the more personalized everything is, the more chances that everything that you're communicating with your base of followers or your audience is, then that means you have a greater chance that more people will open it up and read it. And if you provide good content, then actually what people will do is they will get to know, like, and trust you, because they know that whatever you're giving them is going to have that value. Just don't be the kind of person that's always selling at people, because that's just like watching endless commercials, and people are tired of that. So what I've done is you've got your video that you can produce, and it's not very complicated to do, but if you don't have a video to start with, then absolutely you want to have an opt-in box, and then you want to be thinking about what you can create as a lead magnet yourself. You have knowledge about the niche that you're in, or you've done a training, or you've done some webinars, or you've read some books or something about it, so you've got some knowledge. So what you want to do is you want to take that knowledge and apply it into a little report, or you create, like I said, a video training, and that's going to help people. So this is something that people are going to get immediately. The first thing they get is value from you, and that's really, really important. That's the very first impression that they're going to have. I have two of them down here. I've got another free ebook that I offer that, you've probably heard of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Well, I just happen to have access to the special edition, which is modern updated language of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich book, and nobody else has it, so it's something a little bit exclusive to me. So you've got your blog post now. Like, you can set this up so that you typically have 1, 2, or 3 columns, and I've set this up this way. You've got your categories, you've got all of your ways that people can connect with you on social media here. So that's also important too, because you want to give people as much opportunity to find ways to connect with you and to stay connected with you, so that they're going to be seeing everything that you're posting. Because these blog posts, what I do is when I write one, when I turn around and I go and I post it into social media, into a number of the different social media places. And as you can see right here on the right hand side, I've also got some banner advertising. So for things, and don't clutter this area up with a lot of stuff. You can have like more things in your tools and resources page, but you want to be looking at what is one of the best offers that you've got for people, and then you want to be placing that front and center so that people can have access to an offer that is relevant to helping them in their business. If you look right down below the video here, this is actually a plugin from a company called Shareaholic. And when you put that plugin on your WordPress blog, I can go and immediately click on right here. This is for LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google+, Twitter, and Facebook. Now, you can add more. There's a lot more social medias. It depends on which accounts that you're looking to market yourself in. And what I do is I post it. When I click on that, it opens it up, and I can share it immediately. So it's a great little tool, and it literally takes me about 1 minute to get my blog post out to like all of these social medias. So that's might be a plugin that you want for yourself. And if you see over here on the left hand side, you can see for this certain blog post that there's this is the number of times that things have been shared, and so it gives you some parameters there. So my blog posts are lined up in such a way that it's the most recent, and every time I publish a blog post, as you can see, this is November the 3rd, and this one was done on November the 2nd. Typically what I try to do is I try to do about 4 or 5 of them a week. The more consistent you are, the better it's going to be for you. So down here, you're going to have another list of all your categories of the things that are available up on your toolbar. Same thing here, your navigation bar. And this is automatically just going to add up all of the different blog posts in each category that you have there. So you go down and you can see that there's the number of comments on the blog posts. That's good for it. I mean, because right now, if you think of your blog as your controlled environment, this is where you ultimately want to get people to come to, because your social media is a place for them to engage, for you to connect with people, communicate with them, and then as quickly as possible as you can develop your know, like, trust, you want to be pushing them over here to your blog, because the very first step that you can do is get them here to see your little video, there to put their name and email address in. Now they're on your list, because as you build out your list, now you're going to get to market to that list on a daily basis, and usually we send out about 5 to 6 a week. And if you have some special offers, you might be able to do 2 a day, but you don't want to overdo it with people, because you'll overload them. Like, the idea is that if like you're going to be providing value through your follow-up email too. So that's another way to continue building your know, like, trust and building that relationship, because it's not the list. You've probably heard a lot of people will tell you the money's in the list. Well, that's not actually true, because a lot of people out there have big lists and they pound those lists with offers all the time. In a lot of cases, that's just cold market, and you're going to get a very, very low conversion rate. So it's really all about the relationship that you build with that list. But we're going to talk about that in some other trainings. That's just some of the main themes that you want to keep in mind as you've built up your blog. Now you've got your categories, and if you just put a nice picture that's representative of something that resonates with you, and you hope that resonates with other people. I personally happen to be in love with the ocean and beaches, and because I associate it with travel and freedom, and that's just, I know that a lot of people they love to travel. I mean, most people love to travel. So just have something that's nice and it has a little bit of contrast, but don't put too much there, because if it's too busy, then it becomes like a distraction to people. I've got all these blog posts the way that I've set up my blog, and whatever resonates with you, that's fine. And we're going to go down to the bottom, and then you want to have your copyright notice here, because as you put out this content, you want to make sure, I mean obviously you're putting your signature to all your blog posts, so that means that the copyright notice is letting people know that this is your material. Any disclaimer, that means that if now, because of some of the internet laws, you need to be able to advise people that when they click on something that and they buy it from you, that you're going to be generating an income from it. And that's okay, because it's not like the price has been put up, but you have to make these disclaimers now so that everything is transparent. And it's a good idea anyway to have more transparency between you and your audience. Privacy policy and terms and conditions, those are fairly generic. You can get copies of those and put them up on your site. And also, when you just want to put your copyright at the bottom, and as you can see, I have a Genesis theme. That's just one of the companies that you can use to get access to your blog. So for your theme to set up. So I've chosen David Thompson now as mine, because obviously David Thompson is taken, and depends on your name, but you want to have something that people are going to remember and connect with, and then plus with your picture and your brand. And then I've created my own little tagline: success is yours to discover, imagine. So this is something that you may or may not want. Now, a lot of people in the old style of marketing would put a logo, but in reality, you're the brand. So this is why we always coach and train people on the idea that brand yourself, because opportunities come and go. They're not always going to be around. You're the one that's going to be around, and so you don't want to have your work all just washed away when the company and the company's generic site or the replicating sites, they fade away. So if you build your own, then you're branding yourself, and that means that people are going to get to connect with you on a personal level, and people love doing business with people that they know, like, and trust. So that gives you some of the basics as far as setting up your blog goes, and that's we're going to go into more detail as far as blog posts and how to write a really, really good blog post and all the components of that in other trainings. So you've got an idea now how this works for you for your blog. So if you want, you can actually go to my tools and resources pages here on this site, and we have some selections there. Or you can actually go to, like on the tools page on Profit Lab Network, go to the tools and resources page if you want to get one of the themes, because we work with a couple of different companies that have really, really good themes for you. So good luck with that. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.